This is Lynn, ChickenLadyFiberArts, and I am here in a much anticipated podcast coming to you from Western Colorado. And this is just a little update on what I've been doing and what I've been dyeing and what's going to be new in the shop, what's old in the shop. And I'm so sorry. This is a brand new setup for me. I got a new light ring phone holder on the table that's wonky. Chickens are outside, cats in the back room, and life is good. So let's get to it. Where's my notes? So since the last time I talked to you, which was probably January, I have finished a couple of things. I have them back here. The first thing, next week I'm going to the quilt retreat, and y'all know that I gave away my sewing machine. I do not sew, but it's a chance for me to just go and not do anything business related. And I hang out with other women who are into their craft, which is sewing, and these women are fabulous. They are as nutty about their fabric and their little doodads as I am about knitting and yarn and color and all of that great stuff. So when I go to the retreat, we always have a swap. It's kind of a swap. You make something, you donate it, and then you pull a ticket, and then somebody else will get whatever that is. So last time I went, it was in November, and we had to make a Christmas ornament. Oh, that was very easy. I made a little bauble, and I put it in a bag, and then somebody could hang that on their tree. And this time we were to make a towel, like a kitchen towel. And so I crocheted a little thing that hangs over your dishwasher or your oven. There's a wooden ring in here. This is just some cotton that I had left over from a project. And then I also embroidered a little flower on a piece of cotton, 100% cotton. The second thing that I finished is a blanket. And this is homeless shelter that's about 3 blocks from here. And this is just some acrylic held with a bunch of DK minis. So it's held double, and I just did, I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing in the picture, but this is, woo, where did I go? Here I am. This is as long as it is. It's not very long, but it is wide, so it could easily cover someone from, if they're sitting in a chair, the floor to about up to the chesticle area, let's just say. Anyhow, it's a little half blanket that will keep someone warm, and it's washable. So if they get it dirty, they can throw it in the washing machine and the dryer. Even better. I also finished a Tin Can Knits flax pullover. Free pattern, tincannknits.com. Just go ahead and go over there. And I did not do the garter ridge, but I did some duplicate stitching right here. We have a new baby in our church family, and this is the third girl for this couple. And so yesterday was the 40th day, and she was brought into the church and had what we call the churching, the blessing, the 40-day blessing, just as Mary took Jesus into temple to get blessed. So that happened yesterday, and I gave this sweater. You never know how big babies grow. I mean, they grow very quickly. So she might be able to wear this sweater for about 3.5 hours. It's a size 1 to 2 years, so hopefully she'll get more than one wearing out of it. And I made it out of Cascade 220. the superwash merino. And because Dad, the little girl's dad, is a knitter, he will know how to take care of it. And his mom is a knitter. I've never met his mom. So, okay, so that's the old stuff. Mau Mau and Andrew have all been shipped, and everybody should have received Mau Mau and Andrew, the executive producer. I have one executive producer left, and if you know Denise, she is the older sister on the Two Sisters and Some Yarn podcast. Andrew is her dachshund that passed away. Now, there's a bunch of pink in here because Andrew had white fur, but with some very pink skin, and he had some brown spots on him. So that's where the brown and the pink and the white comes. This is Mau Mau. Mau Mau was the kitty cat, the calico kitty cat of our friend Millie Knits. She's on Instagram. And so these two colorways, I have, looks like I have about 7 of these left. Mau Mau, an executive producer, this was a pre-sale. I did some extras for those of you who didn't get it. 10% of all of the sales went to the no-kill shelter that's literally a half a mile up the street. So that's exciting. We walked over today, my daughter, husband, and I, and we took over $120. So that was good. So thank you to all of you who purchased. Okay, what's new? Well, I have a couple of things that are what's new. You may find the lack of yarn behind me disturbing. I find it wonderful. So the biggest news is I didn't. The company, ChickenLadyFiberArts, got its first wholesale agreement. What? So that's exciting. It's a place here in town. It's called Craft Addict Junction. And a lot of the colorways, like all of the thicket, I just took over there because I knew that somebody over there is going to love the thicket. So Craft Addict, sorry. Words are hard. Craft Addict Junction specializes in Brothers sewing machines, Kimberbell embroidery. They have an area where there's going to be some knit and stitching times. They have pearl cotton, the Valdani cottons, the DMC floss, embroidery, hand embroidery, hand stitching, wool applique, some of that diamond painting, the little things that you do. Yeah. Some people love it. I don't. And they have yarn. They have Leading Men Fiber Arts, Coats and Company. I think that's the name of it. And ChickenLadyFiberArts yarn. So that is exciting. The next hat that's coming up, Glacier Bay is going to be the next one. And right now, this is at the my sample knitter. She's knitting a sample for me to make sure that I get the right quantities of yarn in your package. This, of course, is from Knitting the National Parks by Nancy Bates. And we're going to do Glacier Bay is the next one up in Alaska. And I've actually made a new friend here in town. What? And she's going to be working at Glacier Bay National Park this summer. So that is exciting for her. Also, with every purchase of Glacier Bay, can you hear that? My husband's right below me in the basement, and he's sanding something. Sorry if it's distracting, but you'll have to deal with it. In each Glacier Bay package, you'll receive a 1/2 ounce of the little Lotion Bar, and I didn't bring it over here with me. Hang on just a second. Sorry. Get a little Lotion Bar. These are nice. This is Frost Nipper. A little bit of a peppermint. I cannot remember. I'm going to put it all right here. These are made for me here in the United States. And this has sunflower oil, beeswax, shea butter, vitamin E, and essential oils. And that's it. And it just, you take off the thing and you scroll it up just like a little pit stick. All right. Next, I came up with another new colorway. This is very similar to Productively Procrastinating, which is right here. This is a little bit more green. Productively Procrastinating. And the newest color I came up with, not really came up with it, but slapped some dyes on it. This is Spuddle, S-P-U-D-D-L-E, which means doing a lot of work but not accomplishing anything. That's what spuddle means. So this is very close. Now, can you see the difference of the two bases? This one is Blue-Faced Leicester, which is a breed of wool. And this is the DK sock. So this has a little bit of nylon in it. Merino, nylon. Merino is a breed of sheep. So just like different people have, you know, redheads have different hair qualities than people with brown hair that is curly. And Asian peoples might have different hair qualities than, let's say, Swedish people, people that live in Finland or Sweden. You know, they might have the finer hair. So just as different categories or groups of people have different hair qualities, sheep have different hair qualities. So that's what I mean by Blue-Faced Leicester. It's known as a long wool, very soft. Merino, also very soft, but I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of a shimmer with the Blue-Faced Leicester and than the Merino. The Merino is, they just pick up the color differently. Okay, so Spuddle, and there's a few Productively Procrastinating in the shop as well. Spuddle, I love this color. You know, I'm looking at stuff here on my shelf and on my little table, and I've got another colorway, and this one I named it because of the girls over on the Knit Night podcast, which is every Monday. Oh, tonight's Monday, which is every Monday night. I think 5 to 7 my time. So what is that? 7 to 9 Eastern time. Some gals and guys from all over the world. We have a gal, Jo Bob, who is usually in her car. She podcasts from her car. She's down under, so she's in Tomorrowland in Australia. And there's one gal who's a Steelers fan. She's from Michigan. And another gal is Liz Clothier, is from, you've heard me talk about her. She's a designer. She lives in the Las Vegas area. I don't think she lives in Vegas proper. She lives outside of Vegas. And let's see, who else? Sometimes Amy is there. Amy is from the little sister of Two Sisters in Some Yarn podcast. It's an eclectic bunch. I've been on there before. Okay, so sometimes they'll say something and I'll think, oh, that's a great colorway. So, in their honor, this looks very similar, doesn't it, to, is it back there? It's kind of the same colors, but not quite. It's in a different pattern. of politically incorrect knitters. And this is politically incorrect knitters, and this is Ferris Freedom Fighters. The colors are in a little different order, and there's a larger grouping of the colors in this one than in this one. So even though they look similar, they're not. And that, my friends, is one of the beauties of dyed yarn. Okay, Ferris Freedom Fighters will be up on the website soon. Always have politically incorrect knitters in stock. Okay, I just got this. I'm sorry, the table's right there and you don't want to see all that face. So let me go back. I got some, these are not even up on the website yet. I just opened the box and took these out and I said, squee, I'm gonna put these up in the shop. These are new stitch markers. Are you ready? Fueled by coffee. Stitch stoppers. These go on the end of your needles to keep your stitches from slipping off when you're not working with them. Gnomes. Patriotic gnomes. Highland moo cows. Highland cows. Hello, moo cow. That's from Warner Brothers. We got some sheep. I got some little white sheep. These will be on the website by March 1st. So, you know, March 1st. I got some little, I know that for some of you, Easter's coming up next month. So, little cheap cheeps. Some of you have already gotten your cheap cheeps from the stores. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, I got a little Easter bunny Gnomi. Isn't he cute? They're holding a little Easter egg. Look at that. For those of you who go RVing.
Okay.
Isn't that cute little camper? These are starting to fall all over the place. I got some flags. What? Heck yeah. I got some more octopuses. Octopies. Some more, our daughter used to say puppy gauze. Puppy gauze? Aren't those cute? So cute. By the way, when we went down to the animal shelter today, the no-kill animal shelter, we had to pet some kitties. Puma is not doing well, boys and girls, out there in podcast land. If you could just say some prayers for him, we would really appreciate it. We are just now doing palliative care because he's gone downhill. He still has that ear tumor. It's been growing. It hurts because it's stretching the skin out. He still has that bum shoulder, the bum hip, that he lays in his house, comes out to eat and do his business in the litter box. If he hits the litter box, my husband's a saint. He cleans all that up. And for the past couple of days, he's got Puma, but Puma's been going outside and sleeping in his normal spot. Just, I bet that sun feels really good on his old bones. Anyhow, we know it's not going to be much longer before he crosses that rainbow bridge. But we saw some other cats today, and I said, no more cats. And yeah, I'm going to lose that one, that battle. More chickens. More bok-boks, as my friend's little boy says. And that, oh, I've got some other ones. You know, I'm going to save those, and you'll just have to look at them online.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my next project. I wanted to tell you, if you follow our friend Cheryl Beckerich over at Wise Owl Knits, she's having a knit along starting March 1st, which is Friday? What? And it's called a Wildflower Tee. Now, this is what she knit Isn't that just gorgeous? I'm going to knit that. She's having like a little knit along. I think she has a Telegram group going. So I looked through my stash because there are some beautiful yarns out there. Holly from Mystery Mouse Yarns, she's on the other side of the Rocky Mountains in the same state as I am. She had some phenomenal sets. You could probably still grab a few. I decided not to buy yarn and to use some of my stash. And I found this purple bamboo yarn that I had dyed last year for a different tea, and of course, never made it. So I'm going to use this as my main color. I have a pink, a purple, a pink, a light yellow, and a green being dyed up as we speak, same base. And then I thought, I have been gifted and blessed with not one but two hand spins from my friend Caitlin. She does the Hartley's Handmade podcast. She is when I grow up, I want to be a spinner just like her. She does some beautiful spins. So this, I don't know what the fiber content is, but I do know that she spun this. So this is a very pale blue with some light yellows and creams in it. This is going to go into my sweater, my wildflower tea sweater. And then this one, again, I don't know what the fiber content is, but Caitlin also spun it. This is also going in. So I'm very excited to use her hand spun yarns in my sweater. I like to wear a sweater with a little sweater over it when I go to church because sometimes it gets cold in church on Sunday. So Caitlin, I have finally found a use for these. I'm so excited to use them. Oh, they're so soft. Caitlin loves that Kookaburra fiber wash, and it's lovely. Okay. All right. So what's new? I told you about Puma. We've been doing hospice with him. Last weekend I was had every intention of podcasting, and then I threw up. Literally, I went from my tummy doesn't feel good 1 minute to 5 minutes later, everything that was in me either came out of me, one of two ways. And that was a fun 3 hours. That was pretty yuck. So it took me, that was Saturday night. My daughter had never seen me throw up. So I hadn't thrown up in 21 years, not since February of 2002. How's that? That's how often I throw up because I just don't. So that was last weekend, and it took me Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and around Wednesday I started to feel halfway normal. Whatever my normal is, who knows? Okay, that was exciting. Since I last talked to you, I had a birthday. Yay! My birthday is in February, as my mother would make me say. And so I wanted to show you some of the gifts that I got. One was dropped off and by my friend, whose name is almost the same as mine. I have not even put these on my feet because I wanted to show them to you. But they're little sockies with little bok-boks on them and eggs and little chickies. And they're purple because I do like purple. So thank you to who sent this. My neighbor, who knows me very well, got me this book that was published in the year 1980. This is a book about buns. Now, in 1980, I was alive, and I would have liked this book back then as well. But let me just show you one of the pictures. So it's falling apart. It's been, and I love that she picked it up at the thrift store. Here's a picture of Bjorn Borg. There's his butt. Isn't that fun? Let's see. There's a few, I loved this. I loved watching this guy. Randy Gardner's bottom. Loved watching him. The 1979 world champion. There's some Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There's his little bottom. There are some bottoms in here that don't have clothes on. I will not show those to you. And then one of the other presents I got was my absolute favorite from my absolute favorite chocolate company, which is in Dayton, Ohio, where I grew up. This was the chocolate that I grew up on. And, you know, the box is empty. So, these were all enjoyed by my fatness. So, happy birthday to me. You know, why do I celebrate my birthday? Because I'm a narcissist? Maybe. Because I'm an egotistical maniac? Maybe. Or maybe because I'm just happy to be on this side of the grave. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, knowledge blessings. This is a new one, and it's kind of close to my heart. There's a city over in what is now known as Turkey called, I don't even like to say the name. It's known to me as Constantinople. Now, it was the ancient city of Byzantium. And then the Roman Emperor Constantine came in and he moved his empire to the Bosporus Trail, as my yaya would say, and it was renamed Constantinople in his honor. Well, for many centuries, that Eastern Roman Empire area was known as Byzantium, while the city itself was known as Constantinople. Now, here's the funny part. If you live around a large city, like if I lived around Denver, let's say I lived in Littleton, I would never say, I'm going to Denver today. I'm going to Denver for the day. I would say, no, I'm going to the city. Or if you live outside New York, you would say the same thing. I'm going into the city for the day to do your shopping or whatever you had to do. Well, in Greek, people would say stimpoli. In other words, I'm going in the city. So the Turks hear this. The Mongols and the Turks, which are part of the Ottoman Empire, hear this and they say, oh, Stinpoli, and they rename it Istanbul. Stinpoli sounds like Istanbul. Yeah. I don't have the Greek pronunciation down perfectly, but now you know. So it's gone from Istanbul, Constantinople. It will always be Constantinople because that's where my grandparents are from, but currently it is known as Istanbul. Okay, and there's your knowledge blessing for today. So I am all finished. I am going to go take a nap. I hope that you are well, and I'm going to leave the details of Craft Addict Junction, where my new one and only wholesale account is. Very excited about that. Don't forget to watch Politically Incorrect Knitters, because there might be a code on there where you might be able to get some yarn at a discount. My yarn at a discount. So in this, I had to bring this one back. It's totally tubular. 1980s colorway. Don't you love it? Oh, also, I just can't stop talking about the yarn. I did bring back some more Northern Cardinal. I know that some of y'all missed out the first time around, so I got some more in. And next month, I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to read the newsletter, which comes out March 4th. So, have a great day, everybody, and thank you for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.